Hello gamers and genders, and welcome back to the Opera. We have finally reached the last video of my first recording batch, which means I've got big improvements coming soon. And I'm gonna be totally honest, I almost scrapped this entire video, for reasons I will get into later. But ultimately, I decided to keep it, one because it's gonna establish something for my next video, but two because today's subject is Pikachu. And I can't throw out Pikachu, we all love Pikachu. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so here we have the line sketch of Pikachu, and I haven't really mentioned this in my other videos yet, but for my line art, I've been using this set of multicolored Sakura Micron pens, and I feel like not enough people are singing their praises, so I guess I gotta do it for all of us. It's a set that comes with 16 pens in 15 different colors, the only repeat color being black, which makes sense. There are smaller sets available, of course, but I feel like the 16 really gives you a nice range of colors to work with, especially if you're wanting to add a waterproof colored line art to your pieces. I don't know if this set specifically is available on Amazon. I know the 8 set is, I don't know if the 16 is, or if that's only on Blick or whatever. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite purchases of the last year, and I would definitely recommend. Okay, so this is where I messed up. This is where I nearly scrapped the whole video. So I took a pause in recording, and when I came back to it, I didn't check my zoom settings, so the original footage was way zoomed out. Like to the point where you couldn't really tell what was happening at all. So I could either leave it like that, or I could zoom it in to match the zoom of the previous section, but it was just gonna make it really blurry. So I chose the latter option. And like, I'm super bummed that it happened, but like the next thing that I'm painting is like specifically related to this Pikachu painting that I'm making. So I didn't really want to just toss it, so I guess I'm just gonna have to rely on my wits and charm to save this video until the better footage comes back. So, I'm sorry. But now that I got that explanation out of the way, I did actually want to be able to talk about the art part of this art video. So I'm sure that you've noticed this doesn't exactly look on model for Pikachu. I chose to go with a slightly more realistic body shape to make him look a little bit more like a field mouse, just with slightly longer ears. I kinda tend to prefer when Pokemon designs look a little bit more grounded in reality. Like, they still have their fantastical elements, of course, but the animal shapes still make sense. Like, you can tell how their skeletons work and like how their bodies are supposed to move. Not to the degree of like the Detective Pikachu movie, you know, but I just want to be able to believe that these are creatures that would actually be able to exist in the world as living beings. And that's not to say that I am a hater of like fun and silly design. In fact, I think that art as a whole should be more silly. I think that some of the best types of art are the ones where the medium is like very traditional, but the subject matter is extremely modern, like meme kind of modern. I'm talking like Shrek X Shadow oil painting, or like a marble bust of an Among Us, that kind of thing. If you know anybody who makes art that falls into that kind of category, please send me a link to their socials so that I may offer them my hand in holy matrimony. I'm so serious. Okay, so like I mentioned before, I feel like these different colored Micron pens were like the MVP of this piece. I added some more details with the black pen, but I feel like the pink one is the one that really brought it together. The cap makes it look like it's gonna be a really pale pink, but honestly, I'm glad that it isn't. I feel like this deeper magenta color is much more usable for line art. I feel like it gives the piece some much needed contrast while still maintaining that bright and colorful feel. And I feel like it also really helped with my other priority while making this piece, which was slightly changing Pikachu's color palette. So normally, the only colors on Pikachu are yellow, red, black, and brown. But the inclusion of brown has always driven me nuts. Like, why is it there? It does not make sense to me. It just feels so extraneous. So I wanted to find a way to not actually include it in the painting, but I also didn't want it to feel like it was missing. You know, just trying to find a happy medium. So what I ended up doing was anywhere that Pikachu would normally have the brown, like on the stripes or on the base of the tail, I just subbed it out for black, and then I blended it out with the Aussie red gold that I used to shade the yellow areas. And for me, I feel like it was exactly what I was looking for. It feels just a little bit more naturalistic, or like as naturalistic as something can look when it's like bright ass lemon yellow. Oh yeah, so I'm sure that you've already seen it here and there, but my hair is very tall. I have been trying very hard to keep it out of frame, but that is just not always an easy thing to do when your hair is as tall as this. Like, I cut my hair recently, and right before I cut it, I did measure it just to see how long it had gotten, and it was over 4 inches tall, or approximately 11 centimeters for those of you who measure things sensibly. That is 11 centimeters of straight up verticality. Like, this little talk sprite that I use in the beginning of my videos, that is not an exaggeration. My hair just looks like that. And before anybody asks, my secret is to blow dry upside down, and then hairspray upside down. Pantene level 5 hold. Level 4 is not strong enough. You will end up needing more product, and then it will clog your shower drain. Ask me how I know. And finally, here is the color lineup. Hanzayola Light, in watercolor by Daniel Smith and in gouache by Da Vinci. Aussie Red Gold by Daniel Smith. Shell Pink by Holbein. Lunar Black by Daniel Smith. And Horizon Blue by Holbein. And hey, look at that, at least half decent video quality for the finished piece. Here's Pikachu. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, maybe drop a like, hit subscribe. Or don't, I'm not your dad. Or am I? But either way, I hope you have a colorful day.